Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Marius Pribadi. I'm coming from Green Smart Manufacturing National Commercial University in Taiwan. In this opportunity, I will present you our research under Professor Meng-Hua, Netnapha Chamnisampan, and the title is about managing emission reduction and market signaling, strategic interaction between manufacturers and regulator. Without further ado, uh, here's the agenda. The first one is introduction to model formulation and result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. So in this current situation via International Energy Agency, there is global CO2 emission highlights in 2024. There's three main highlight that we will present. The first one is total energy-related CO2 emissions, which adding 0.8% year to year. And this is reaching a record height of 37.8 gigaton CO2. And the second is record atmospheric CO2 concentration. It's about 422.5 ppm. And the last is about industrial process emission. In 2024, there is 2,632 megatons CO2. And we found the research motivation from the Constitution, which the carbon mitigation is central to sustainable development, as reducing emission from industrial and energy sectors is vital for protecting ecosystem. And in this case, government intervention serves as a strategic driver with carbon reduction policies implemented to reshape industrial behaviors. And abatement subsidy play a pivotal financial role, enabling firms to adopt a cleaner technologies. And the last is the industrial transformation follow as a natural outcome, where sustainability becomes integrated into business models. And here's the research question. The first one is how should a carbon conscious manufacturer adapt its pricing and emission reduction strategy in response to evolving consumer preference for a low carbon products? Can pricing serve as an effective signal of carbon efficiency to a government regulator under asymmetric information? And the third question is how should the government design an optimal subsidy scheme in response to market signals, considering its lack of direct observability of firm level emission reduction? And the model description, the first one is government will subsidize the manufacturers, and the manufacturer will give greener product to consumer to be consumed. And here's the sequence of event. There's three strategy M, G, and S, and I will explain it to more detail in the next few pages. And this is the notation we use in the study from theta, alpha, gamma, cos, and so on. And the first strategy is market signaling strategy. In this strategy, manufacturer will stand alone to make the best profit. The DM and PM is the formula for demand for strategy M and profit for the strategy M. And we found the equilibrium result. There is EM and PM. E is for the effort on strategy M, and P is for the price in strategy M. Yeah, and the second strategy is a signaling strategy. Sorry, the signaling strategy. In this strategy, manufacturer had supervised by the government not to release exit carbon emission to the environment. There is the DG and PG also, the same formula. The formula for the demand and profit for the strategy G, and we found the equilibrium result for E and P, the effort and the price. And here's the subsidy design. In this strategies or the strategy S, regulator will give initial subsidy to the manufacturer before it get additional subsidy for providing good intention to the environment. There's the demand for strategy S and profit for the strategy S, and also the equilibrium result for the effort and price. And yeah, we then compare the effort the effort comparison for the price sensitivity coefficient of consumers, and we found that subsidy generate the high level effort. High consumer price sensitivity discourages manufacturers' abatement efforts, and the government involvement improve the environmental performance. Second, we compare the price on the cost coefficient of carbon emitted manufacturers made with such parameters. The parameter we found in the bottom right corner. And we found that the regulatory intervention leads short-term price, but it will stabilize long-term efficiency. And the third one, we compare profit for the regulator trust on the manufacturer's reputation. And we found that regulatory trust enhanced firm profitability. Subsidy-driven strategy yield the highest profit gains with increasing trust. And then the supervised schemes are profit from strategy G, profit moderate but stable profitability. It found in the green line in the graph in the right side. So we arrived to the conclusion. The first conclusion is policy receive pass-through and signals. Credibility amplifies return, especially under subsidies, and the demand elasticity caps abatement unless policy supports it. And the strategy is segmentation. And here's the contribution and future works. The contribution of game theoretic framework linking pricing, subsidy, and emission reduction under asymmetric information highlights the managerial role of subsidies as both financial and signaling instrument. And the future works that we encourage a futurists that can extend the model to explore the strategic interaction and market competition, incorporating dynamic parameters for consumer preference and regulatory trust. And here's our reference, the International Energy Agency 2025. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.